Hello, everyone. Now we are live, I think, with our second masterclass series. And thank you, everyone, for joining. We will basically be focusing on sustainable packaging for the peak season today. And really excited to be with our partner, Packhelp, on this series and basically share some best practices with you on sustainable packaging, especially during the peak season, and basically how you can level up your brand, your customers with sustainable packaging, and how to basically give the best experience possible for post-purchase. So I'm joined by two lovely ladies from Packhelp today, Magda and Susanna. And basically, we will be running the show for you, and you will have the opportunity to ask us questions at the end of the presentation that Magda is going to take lead on. Basically, the topic for this week is on sustainable packaging especially for the peak season. The peak season is coming up with every preparation on Christmas and so on. We thought that it will be interesting for all of you to find out more about how you can make the Christmas experience for your customers a step better and give you best practices from the experts. Basically, just a bit of information about myself. I'm Sinam, and I'm in Byrd for the last 1.5 years, basically running strategy and partnerships, now moving to a new role within Byrd as chief of staff, but working happily with our partners in the last years, and Packhelp has been one of our long-term partners, and Magda and Susanna is representing us from Packhelp here. Magda, do you want to tell a bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. My name is Magda, as it was already mentioned. I'm head of communications at Packhelp. I lead all our communication efforts, and that includes also working with partners, and that's why we're here. And I'm a little bit sick. You can't see this because I put my makeup on, and I drank like 3 or 4 cups of tea with honey, so I sound quite okay now. But I spontaneously asked Zuza to join us today. Zuza is product manager, and she's making sure our editor and Packhelp studio experience looks great. And she's also leading our sustainability initiatives inside Packhelp. So I couldn't ask for better support today. And I would also like to thank you, Zuza, for agreeing to do very last minute.
No problem. I'm very happy to join you here. And in case you have any questions regarding sustainability or personalization of your packaging, I'm there to answer all of the questions.
Cool. Thanks a lot. We were actually on a previous webinar before with Suza on sustainability as well, and she has great insights on materials and so on. So glad to have you here as well, Suza and Magda. So as you basically heard, you kind of have an idea of what Packhelp does, but in short, Packhelp is a online marketplace for custom packaging. So basically, they enable you to provide better design packages for your customers, and they have a pretty cool website that you can check into and design your packages actually. We as Byrd, that we are an e-commerce fulfillment company. We work closely with partners like Packhelp in order to provide an outsourced fulfillment service for growing D2C brands, and making sure that your after purchase experience, including delivery, packaging, is as smooth as and nice as possible. And we basically are a European fulfillment network serving to European merchants, including Germany, Austria, UK, France, and Netherlands. But that said, I'll basically slowly sort of move into Packhelp's presentation for us today. Just a regular checkup. Anytime you feel free to post questions into the questions part, and basically we will be answering those by end of the webinar. So feel free to post questions and enjoy.
Yay. Okay, all right. Hello, everyone. So as already mentioned, I don't know why I'm saying hello, everyone, again, but well, I guess never too much of hellos. We have prepared a short presentation about sustainability in packaging. I'll walk you through it. I'll tell you what we're doing as a company to be sustainable, and I'll tell you a little bit about our journey to sustainability, while talking about your options to sustainable packaging. So I hope you'll enjoy it, and then we'll take any questions you have about us as a business or packaging solutions that are out there. So I just wanted to briefly share that we started our journey approximately 2 years ago towards sustainability, being more and more mindful about it. It wasn't with us at our core from the very, very beginning. We started working on our product portfolio, making sure that we have sustainable alternatives to the most popular packaging items. We also started demanding from more consciously and mindfully from our vendors that the packaging we're receiving is made of recycled materials, and you can see that today on our website, because all of the products that are sustainable are out there. They're actually presented as a first option, so we're continuously working toward making our portfolio sustainable. We have also partnered with One Tree Planted, giving our clients an opportunity to plant trees with One Tree Planted while purchasing the packaging with us. And we're constantly trying to educate our customers and customers of our customers about what actually sustainable packaging is, and what kind of properties it has, how to take care of it after you take off your packaging, how to dispose and recycle it correctly. So more or less, this is what we're doing about the company. But today, during this meeting, I just want to make sure that you have this thought of becoming sustainable is a journey. It's not given. It's not something that you reach, checked, we're sustainable, that's it, we don't have to work towards it anymore. But it's actually, in my opinion, and I think in opinion of many people in sustainability, it's a journey as new options are becoming more and more available for your business, and also demand of your customers changes. I think this journey never stops, and whatever you are at the moment, I think you can start from anywhere, and you can always progress towards becoming more and more sustainable. So having that in mind, I would like you to think about packaging and being a sustainable company as a kind of a journey that you can start even today, in case that wasn't on your agenda earlier. Now, there are a few dimensions that you should take into you can think about when and how you source them. You can think about the life cycle of your packaging, and whether you can give your packaging multiple uses. For example, maybe you can turn it into a coloring book or a cat box or whatever that is. that just makes your packaging live longer, and so it becomes more and more sustainable, right? Then your packaging can impact how you deliver your packages. If your packaging is more optimized and tailor-made for your products, then you save on storaging space, you save space in shipment, and so again, your processes as a whole become more environment friendly. And then last but not least, as a producer of certain goods, you're responsible for the whole packaging cycle. And this is actually the picture you see on your right. So how you approach the whole cycle and how you educate your customers about your packaging, its properties, how to recycle it, that's also on you. So as you can see, it's not only about materials, it's not only about space optimization, it's a whole package. And this is why I like to think about it as a journey. And now there are two paths to sustainable packaging, let's say, and actually they're aligned with our business units at Packhelp. So depending on the size of your company, you can take one of them. And the first is to use the packaging supplies that are already available on the market and that are sustainable, that they're made of recycled content and are easily recyclable as well. The second path, it's probably for a little bit more mature businesses where you can invest already into custom-made eco-friendly packaging solutions and work on space optimizations, work on packaging in your supply chain and how that plays out. I'm going to start with the first option for smaller businesses. So some of the most popular packaging options from our portfolio that we see are mailer boxes made of corrugated cardboard, and most of its content is coming from recycled materials. That is actually our top seller. Second popular options are biopoly mailers. They are an eco alternative to regular poly mailers that are made of plastic, and they are compostable. You can find either home compostable or industry compostable mailers on the market. And last but not least, a very popular option that allows you to seal your packaging and deliver it safely are craft tapes made of paper and natural glues. So they are also recyclable and go well with your other packaging that's sustainable as well. So with Packhelp, you can order all of these items and you can customize them so they are not dull, boring packaging items. Maybe you're thinking that way of sustainable packaging, but actually it can be customized, it can be branded with your branding, and it can be beautiful and also good for the planet. So if you choose to order with Packhelp, you can design it however you want. You can see constantly in our virtual editor how your packaging looks like. And we're even trying to help you take care of the full life cycle, because in our editor, I hope, Susa, you're smiling now because I'm showing off our editor. So now,
Magda, I actually thought that maybe this is the moment for the poll.
Yes. I'll ask in a second. So yeah, in our editor, you can also add eco properties, so information for your customers, how they can take care of the packaging once they want to throw it out, and also how it's been made. And now, yes, we want to hear from you whether you're actually already using sustainable packaging. So if we can turn on the poll.
Oh, I already see it. It's like on the right hand.
You implemented sustainable packaging solutions for your e-commerce businesses before.
Yeah.
Is our question to the audience.
Yeah, so do let us know whether you already started the journey, or whether it's the very, very, very beginning.
Okay, we are receiving some answers. So currently, actually, yeah, I'll just wait for anyone else if interested to say yes or no. But currently, we have 78% saying no. So they haven't actually implemented a sustainable packaging strategy yet. So this is a great opportunity to find out more about details on sustainable packaging, I guess, for the audience.
Yes, I mean, okay, so I think having that in mind, maybe it's good to that we know majority of you is still before implementing sustainable packaging, because this can help us answer your questions better. I'll go on with our second solution. So tailor-made packaging. I mentioned already that it's probably for a bit bigger companies where you can invest some resources towards developing something tailor-made, money-wise, but also time, because the development can take even a few months, and it's actually kind of never-ending story, because you always want to improve something with your packaging. And having something tailored made for you gives you different sustainability advantages, let's say. So here's, for example, a case of packaging with designed and produced for Polish D2C brand Yorkaya, where the box we have produced was made to be reused forever. If you look at it, it's actually very pretty. It's a drawer rigid box that probably will stay with the person that receives it for a long time and serve as a box for jewelry or whatever, something else. So that was the thought we had when designing the packaging, to make it durable and for it to be reused by a young lady in that case, because the brand is serving women and it sells hygiene products. So the young lady that receives the package from Yorkaya will use this box for a long time. As you can see, it was also optimized space-wise. It was made to fit exactly the products that were meant to be placed inside. So this way we achieved more sustainable packaging that was tailor-made for Yorkaya. Another example of tailor-made packaging that we have designed and produced as a Packhelp is I think one of our most innovative cases. It was a packaging for Psi Buffet. This is a brand selling high quality pet food, and they asked us to produce a sustainable packaging that can contain food in low temperature. So that was the key objective of the brief, to have something that will keep the temperatures at a low level. And so we were researching different options for some time, and our R&D team, Packhelp Lab, they came up with a solution using honeycombs instead of more popular solutions on the market that are not always eco-friendly. We've also used sustainable materials, so the whole package is sustainable and also easily recyclable. As you can see, the packaging came out just lovely. So even though it has sustainability at its core, it's not at the price of the visual side of the packaging, which is of course also very important. Another example of our packaging was made for the the brand that sells CBD products, and it's important for the brand to have sustainable packaging, as their products are also sustainable, and it's also a very important for their customers to trust and buy with brands that are mindful about their environment. And so we used, of course, natural materials to produce the packaging, made from recycled content, but we also ensured that the ink used to make imprints on the packaging was also natural. So the whole packaging doesn't contain any dangerous subjects. So those were the three cases where making tailor-made packaging, especially for particular brands, we were able to leverage on different aspects of having more and more sustainable packaging, because as I said, there is no one solution that makes you fully sustainable, because there are different aspects you should keep in mind when thinking about the packaging. And again, it doesn't matter where you start. It just matters that you are willing to take an action as a business and have your packaging and your processes more and more sustainable. And I hope this few bits of information will help you with that. And of course, the questions and answers we'll provide in a second. So over to you, Sinem, I guess.
Thanks a lot, Magda. It's really interesting, even with the inks and what you can do with different innovations within the packaging materials you're using. So thanks a lot for that. So I think we can quickly move towards the questions. So feel free to pop the questions that you have. We already have 2 questions in the questions tab, which are sort of like being answered as well. But I would like to sort of tap into those a bit more. Maybe we can talk about them, and then we also prepared some frequently asked questions, basically that we collected from previous to the event, and we can also look into those. One of the questions that Judith asked was, do you have also packaging solution for primary product packaging, or it is just packaging for delivery? Thanks. And Zuzanna, I think you already answered it writtenly, but do you want to also just share your insights for the whole audience?
Yeah, sure. So the answer is basically most of our products are made for like shipping, but it also depends on the quantity that you want to order. So as presented by Magda, we have these 2 segments, it's Studio and Plus. And in Studio, we mostly deliver packaging for those customers who want just, for example, 100 pieces of packaging. And then the offer is a bit more limited. But if you go to Plus and you order a bigger amount of packaging, then we can actually do whatever you really want. So we make dreams come true. So if you want some kind of special product box, or I don't know, a special stand-up pouch, then it's all possible, but it depends on the minimum order quantity. But I have on my mind just one product that we recently added to our offer. It's stand-up pouch, which is also available with very low minimum order quantity. And that's, I think, great for packaging, primary packaging for many, many products, such as coffee, any powder and liquid. So I would recommend this product, but it depends what you actually need.
Yeah, we're happy to go into details since this question has 3 upvotes. So if you if you have any detailed kind of like questions on the products and what materials to choose for which products, happy to go into the details for that as well. Just keep the questions coming. And Konstantin asked if we could provide information on the German Packaging Act, what it covers, and for what reasons the company has to be registered in Lucid database. We have another partner called Zero that is precisely working on the German Packaging Act, as David has shared some more insights. But if you have any input, Magda and Susanna, on the Packaging Act, that will be also good to hear from your side. But we also shared a blog information with Konstantin that can help this question.
I mean, I don't know the very exactly what it is about, but from my understanding, it's just an act that's in line with EU regulations about limiting the plastic packaging. And so I'm sure you'll be able to find something that follows all the new regulations in our portfolio. And I'm sure our Packhelp lab team has more insight. So if you have a specific brief or some concerns, then you can direct these questions via our website, where we have a brief form, and then our team that specializes in materials, law, and supply chain can address this based on your case.
Great. Thanks a lot for the info, Magda. Hope that answers your question from both sides, Konstantin. Whilst we wait for questions to come, like I mentioned, we have briefly sort of like summarized the frequently asked questions, especially on the peak season. So, and just wanted to ask you those that might be relevant for the audience as well. So one of them is when to order different packaging supplies so they arrive timely for the peak season. So the production times and how the merchants can actually plan out their packaging sources.
I can answer that. Order as soon as you can. That would be that would be the answer. But being more precise, that really depends on your business size, because we have some customers who order in thousands, and they already stock their packaging in August or even earlier. So that really depends. We have launched calculators on our website that will allow you to see what packaging is available and when you need to order it to receive it before certain important days during the holiday season. So, for example, if you have in mind some special packaging edition for Halloween, I can tell you it's already a little bit late to order it. And if you would be ordering with us, you probably should opt for express delivery or super express delivery, because it might not come in time with standard delivery. So that is just an example of how long it takes, because it's more than a month of waiting. But we have, not to scare you, we have launched the whole calculators to show the range and the lead times for different packaging items, because for some items like mailer boxes with prints, it takes a little bit longer than, for example, the mailer boxes, plain mailer boxes with sleeves, and you print only on the paper sleeves that you put on a box. So that really depends. But if you haven't think about the timing at all yet and the packaging, this is the high time to at least go and check it and roughly plan when and how you want to order, because it's already a bit late. Yeah, I don't know if Zuza, if you want to add something.
No, I just wanted to add that we have a promo code now. So if you hurry, then you will pay actually a bit less than normally. And yeah, from my experience, it's just best to arrange everything in time and have this peace of mind in December and not worry about packaging. So definitely order as soon as possible.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you. That's how we planned the time as well. But thank you for the input. Another question is how, like, I have a sustainable brand, and how can I limit the negative impact on environmental through sustainable packaging as well? I think, Zuza, you mentioned in our last webinar a material with mushroom. That was quite interesting one. So yeah, what do you guys think?
Okay, so I will answer this question. So starting with this innovative material, it's called Mycelium. It's kind of like a mushroom innovative material, and obviously that's something very innovative, and it's not that easy accessible as of today. But it's definitely something that will be very popular one day, and it's definitely a trend that is rising. But talking about something easier and more accessible, it's definitely trying to use as like just the minimum of the materials that just try to minimize your packaging. So what I see very often is that, for example, I receive a lot of packages that are just too big for the product, or they contain too many different layers of tissue inside, plastic wrap, etc. So definitely limiting the negative impact of packaging is just trying to limit the usage of materials. That's the first thing. And the second, and I think that's pretty easy as of today, especially with Packhelp, it's trying to plant some trees. So whenever you buy packaging that is made of cardboard, remember that cardboard is made actually of trees. So it's very easy, I think, to plant some trees and at least kind of limit this negative impact on the forest, on the forests. And well, I guess that's like the easiest thing you can do. And obviously trying to use less of plastic. So definitely plastic is something that we has very bad connotations as of today. So definitely using less plastic would be a great advice. And you can obviously do it by using cardboard. And cardboard is actually a very good material to send any kind of product. It's great for shipping and also for any kind of packaging. So that's the easiest. Magda, do you want to add something?
No, I think you covered a lot. It's about like trying to limit the packaging you're using, be more mindful about it. I know it's hard if you get the same rate for like a certain range of sizes and material, and that's the start.
Yeah, and maybe just one more advice. So if you're building this whole unboxing experience, then which is, I think, really amazing for Christmas season. So just try to find materials that are similar. So once you start, for example, with cardboard, so you have a cardboard box, then use paper tissue inside and a paper tape, so that all of these materials, they are kind of similar, because people, as we know, are a bit lazy, and especially when it comes to recycling, it's going to be much easier for your customers just to put it all together and throw it to one bin, rather than trying to disconnect all of the parts of your unboxing experience, which is obviously great and highly recommended, because that's how you leave this great impression on your customers, and they will definitely come back to you for more purchases.
That was actually the follow-up question, the following question.
Oh, really?
Unboxing experience for the holiday season. So I think you covered it quite nicely, that being sustainable and making some sort of like a image in the customer's head on the package with the product, together with the product. So anything you want to add, Magda, on top of that for the unboxing experience for holiday season?
Yeah. I think that you can try to gift your customers with something durable. So that might not be like, the beautiful rigid drawer box, which is can be expensive if you add like some extra things. But it can be something as a cotton bag or a muslin bag. A lot of brands are now using this, as this is something more durable, and you can use it later on to store different things. So instead of adding like more materials and more layers that might be hard to recycle, as Zuza mentioned, if they have different materials that they are made of, then maybe you can just add one thing, like a tote bag or a muslin bag that looks nice, or I don't know, a piece of like some flour or something that smells nice, that is from natural origin, and that just elevates the unboxing experience. It's not always about how many things you put inside. Sometimes it's just about the one thing that really pleases your customer.
Maybe a thank you card, or just
or
something,
a thank you card, or a personal note or something.
I love opening packages.
Yeah, for me, like my favorite aspect is like when you open a box and there is a special message inside the box. It says like, hello, how are you? It's always such a nice touch.
Personal touch, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Really cool. But should you think the customers should change the packaging design for holiday season specifically, or what's your approach on that? On basically aligning the brand and the holiday. How do you suggest merchants to strategize on their packaging, especially on holiday season?
We have actually released recently a report where we asked the same question our clients, and so we've had a sample of over 400 e-commerce businesses from all over Europe that replied this question for us. And actually, majority of e-commerce businesses don't change entirely the packaging, the product packaging for the Christmas season. They just think about little nice touches related with Christmas season and themed with Christmas patterns, or some other things that remind them of Christmas. So it could be things that we already mentioned, like thank you card, or a tissue paper that you wrap your products with, or some other add-ons, but they don't entirely change the packaging. That was the option that 36 people marked. Of course, there are some companies that do different product lines, and hence, or like they bundle their products and then they invest in separate Christmas packaging. That is also an option, and you can do that if you're doing something extra for your product, or if you're doing bundles, or if you have a specific product line that's only for Christmas. But it's not a must. It's not a must, definitely.
If I may add something, I'm gonna have to run to the next meeting in a minute, so I just have to say one thing very quickly. At Packhelp, when you design packaging using the editor, it's super simple to create a fresh design. You just have to pick a pattern, and you can use a ready. We have just this. We call it predefined texts. Those are just very simple texts that are ready to use. You can just drag and drop it to your packaging. So you can just pick a pattern, and then you pick a text saying like Merry Xmas, and you have like completely new experience. So I think it's worth trying just as an experiment. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Thanks a lot,
I
Susan.
need to run. So thank you
Thanks a
very
lot.
much. It was very nice. See you.
Thanks a lot for being in here and support. And we basically have one other frequently asked question for you, Magda. If you sort of like have an idea on how other businesses are approaching packaging in peak season, and we wanted to get your insights on sort of like what others are doing as far as you're concerned.
Yeah, I kind of already mentioned. First of all, if you have like specific lines, or if you want to have an add-on which is special packaging, then some of the businesses go for Christmas themed packaging. And as Zuza already mentioned, it's super easy to, for example, do it with us because you have all the patterns and tags. So you don't need to be a designer to create it. But majority still uses regular packaging with some extra Christmas add-ons. When it comes to timing, that I already mentioned it a little bit earlier as well, that really depends on the size. We have some customers that closed with us deals for packaging for holiday season during the summer, because basically that's the volume they're now operating on. But yeah, if your needs are a little bit smaller, there is still time. But at least if I were you, after this webinar, I'd just go and check out the lead times, because they will be only getting longer because of the bigger and bigger demand for packaging and all the packaging materials. And try to plan it ahead. If you can't afford maybe to stock in advance, then you can look for different pricing options in Packhelp with bigger orders. We have a bit flexible payment plans, so you can try to negotiate with your supplier payments so that they fit your cash flow. So yeah, that, I hope that answers design wise and also time wise how others are approaching the packaging for the peak season.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Magda. So action item for the merchants listening to us, just make sure you have the strategy ready for the peak season for your packaging. I think it is quite a significant difference when you have an experience that you share with the customer, with the end user, with the packaging and the whole after sales experience, basically. And here in this masterclass series, we wanted to focus on that after sales experience, and together with Magda, we basically try to cover that. I think we have another question, Magda, coming, since we finished the recently asked ones, again from Judith, on what's the max size of secondary packaging possible to buy from Packhelp? Is there a limit if I want to design myself on your website? Thanks again.
That depends. So if you don't want to design with us and just get something from the plus segment, then there are no limits. When it comes to our studio, so the packaging items that are ready for you to design and ship, that really depends, because our portfolio is around 30 or 40 packaging items now. Not all of them customizable and designable, if that's a word, on our website, but many of them. So that really depends. When you click on a particular packaging item, you can choose different sizes, and then I think what's really cool with Packhelp, you also see the price and how it changes with different sizes and quantities. So you can go and check it there. If you're interested in a specific packaging item, to let me know. I can share maybe more in details about the sizes. But for example, for mailer boxes, I think there's like 20 sizes available. So quite a lot to choose from.
Okay, so it changes from design and to design the max size. So, but the merchants can find a size that would fit their sort of product, playing with the design of the package.
I really believe so, because we're following all of the most popular sizes, and also if you're struggling a little bit with kind of visualizing whether that's the size proper for you, we also have like these visuals where you see a packaging item next to a tennis ball that help you visualize it a little bit better. But yeah, you'll find a lot of sizes and packaging types at our website. So just go there and try to explore it and try to find something that fits your packaging needs.
Yeah, definitely. And if not, we are also gonna share sort of like contact details at the end of the presentation, just in a short period of time now. You can always reach out to ask further questions basically to us. I think we covered all the questions so far. Does anyone else have any questions? Please pop in. Even we are like sort of running out of time, we will be making sure that we answer those questions and have follow-ups as well. And you can also check Packhelp website and design your own packages and see sort of like different sizes that is fitting to your product, as Magda and Susanna mentioned. It was great to have you both here, and it was great to basically have that experience. So thanks a lot for joining, Magda, and being with us. I think it was very informative for us, and basically leading the merchants to take the action. So thank you for being here.
Thanks for invitation.
It was great, and thank you for, although I know you had some sickness, but we didn't feel it at all. So I hope you recover safely. And just to briefly give information on the next webinar on our masterclass series. We will be focusing on inventory financing next week, how to secure sufficient stock levels and realize your growth potential with inventory financing. We have lots of questions coming up from different merchants on basically, as we discussed, sort of like cash flow, how to strategize your cash during the peak season, and how to make sure your marketing campaigns, your inventory, your packaging materials are financed. So this is the topic that we will have a deep dive into with our partner Uncapped, again with me next week. And if you're interested, please sign up to that webinar as well. It was great to have you here as attendees as well. So thanks everyone for joining, and thanks a lot, Magda, again for being part of the webinar.
Sure.
Thank you.